Alexa, turn the office light on. Good morning, good life. Here we are again in my dark office. Why am I doing this? Why do I sound like this? Because we're doing a real, raw morning routine. Something I haven't actually done well, not in full anyway, is take you through a real morning routine with me. That's what we're gonna do right now. Well, that's what we're gonna continue to do. I wasn't talking for the first part of that because that really was the end of my sleep buffer period where I'm not talking to the world yet. I'm barely thinking straight. So I just kind of do the things that get me moving, that tell my body it's time to wake up, including and not limited to drinking this water. It's become a craving, lemon water, so that I can operate for the rest of the day. About a half an hour after I wake up, after I do skincare, make my water, and start brewing the coffee, which is sounding so nice right now. Oh, and by the way, you didn't see me take Lucy to the bathroom. I took Lucy to the bathroom because, you know, I don't want her interrupting the next stage of my morning routine. Now I'm gonna sit down with a series of journals that I start the day with. The first one is morning pages, which is, I've talked about it so much if you don't know. It's something I learned about from Julia Cameron in her book, The Artist's Way. 3 pages of stream of consciousness writing to get all of the fuzz and cobwebs and annoyances and bad dreams off of my brain so that I can clear it for the creativity and actual tactful thinking for the rest of the day. After that, I'll sit down with my goals journal. I will rewrite my goals each 3 times, and I will also write a passage. Do you hear that? That means the coffee is ready. I have to finish my water before I can drink my coffee, and that's gonna be very soon. After I rewrite my goals, I write a passage of affirmations that I've written for myself. And sometimes I change it up on the day, but a lot of times I write it pretty verbatim of what it is. I'm gonna read a page of The Daily Stoic, which is my page-a-day stoicism book. I read it every single day. I love it. It's probably my new favorite ritual. I've only been doing it for 2019, but I've been doing it since January 1st, 2019, so I just absolutely love it. And then I'm gonna stamp my bullet journal to represent a new day. Use my little stampy stamp the day, because that is where I will keep a list of running tasks as they pop into my brain. I still use my bullet journal pretty effectively for that. Those are the tasks that I start just to get my brain going before I move into whatever I have scheduled for the day. I actually have a pretty early interview today because I'm talking to somebody that's based in the UK, very dear friend of mine, Chris Ducker, and so I've got to stay very much on task today. I'll probably do a little workout after I get all this stuff done, but I'm gonna check the calendar as well as see how I feel. I can't talk. Why? Because it's 5 o'clock in the morning, and to actually be doing this with you it's a little crazy. So it is about 6 o'clock now. I just looked at my phone for the first time, actually only because I needed to log into something, and so I had to do, like, you know, double log in, get the passcode from your text messages kind of thing. I almost forgot my coffee straw this morning. I had to go back and get it. But I'm starting to think that my morning is a little bit too jammed for me to rush through working out and getting ready. Usually I don't schedule anything before really 11 o'clock, but because Chris is in the UK, I have something scheduled a little bit earlier than usual. So because of that, it's kind of throwing off the day, and everything else in the office today is a major deadline, so I really don't want to run behind today. I have a few more things I need to do here before I start getting this situation fixed before I do an interview with Chris. So it's definitely a different kind of morning routine today, but the reality is, like, this is the reality. I sit in the dark, I warm up my mind and my body before I do anything, and then I sit at the computer and start doing some real work for the day. And then typically leaving around 9 or 9:30 to take Lucy to daycare and then get to the office. So I'm still gonna show you how my morning goes, but it's gonna include a little a little promo time. So that's exciting. It's exciting for all, I think. How do we feel about my salt rock lamp? This is my only form of sunlight for, it's not sunlight, Amy. You're so silly. It's my only real like beaming light for a while. I can definitely feel it, that's for sure. Sadly, this is one of those days where I have to put makeup on in the dark, so I got a little bit of studio lighting turned on to help me out with that, because we need to get a move on. All right, sun's finally out. How exciting. My hair is done. I just rushed through that because boring. Lucy is prancing around, which is kind of an issue for me right now because she really needs to hurry up and eat so I can do this interview. The day has begun. This is now the day. I'm vlogging this, is that okay? You can wave if you want. Hey, yeah. They can't hear you, but it's fine. December 10th, darling. Goodmorninggoodlife.com. Nobody had that one. It was kind of the most genius thing I accidentally started saying ever in my videos. All about that GIF life. Also calling it a GIF. I'm still pushing for that. Not a GIF. I know, it's a graphic. But unfortunately, the creator said it was GIF, and so I am a rule follower. I'm calling it a GIF. I don't break rules. The transition that happened, if we talk about it really briefly, is that I noticed that people couldn't find the time for the things that they wanted or loved to do. And what I had noticed about myself was like, well, why did I kind of figure this out? Where do we find the time in our lives? How do we prioritize things? And one of the key things was to not let somebody else own the day before I could.
Thanks for choosing Starbucks. How can I get started for you?
Can I please have a grande blonde Christmas roast, black, please? And then can I do the turkey bacon sandwich, please?
Can I talk about Khaleesi?
You can always talk about Khaleesi.
Hi, babe.
Say hi to the vlog, too.
Hi, vlog.
You literally cannot have a normal sentence without talking to your dog in the middle of it.
He just ripped the crackle out of my hand.
Okay, we don't have time. We don't have time for that. Okay, I totally forgot to video Lucy on the way to daycare. Why? Because it's always so difficult. Lucy's not much of a walker. Look, we even have like her own pad here to cover up the upholstery of the car because there's so much dog hair. She sits down there and then take her to daycare, and I have to carry her and I have to carry her food, so that's probably how I, you know, I know vlogging and driving, so obviously I just forgot to do it. But anyway, I've arrived at the office. It's the end of my morning routine. Now starts the day of the day of the day with the team. I got my coffee, got my sandwich, and oh, I brought this pillow in for the office because we have a couch to put it on now. Thanks, Judy. Judy's gonna be on detail therapy. Judy, holla! Anyway, that's my morning routine. I appreciate you for watching it in all of its horrificness. And the reason we decided to do this, if I didn't tell you before in my non-morning person stupor, is because the reason I wrote this book, Good Morning, Good Life, is because your morning routine is what you make of it. It is what's right for you. It is not supposed to be pretty or cute or brand worthy. It is just supposed to get you to start your day on your terms so that you can go after the life that you want. And the only way for you to do that is to truly understand what you want, how you feel, and what's gonna set you up for the best day possible. I really doubt scrolling everybody's Instagram of the best days of their lives that they happen to schedule to post this morning is not the most positive way to start the day. So I do a lot of other things in order to not do that so that I can think about what I'm actually thinking about. As a matter of fact, the only thing that I did on Instagram so far today is I happened to have to log in to upload my first ever IGTV. So that's exciting, but I was posting, I was sharing my ideas with the world. And yes, you have to give back and see other people's things and like and comment and all that stuff, and it's really nice when you do. And there's lots of great stuff out there, maybe like this video, that get you amped to do that. But if you do it first thing in the morning, no matter how positive that thing is to make you feel, it's still also gonna kind of make you feel like you're not doing your thing. Instead of saying yes to you, you're saying yes to something else. We wanna squash that. And that's why I wrote this book, and that's why I shared my very real, really real
ugly morning routine with you. So thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it as always. I'm in the car with the sunlight situation. The sunlight is crazy in the morning, isn't it? Subscribe for good vibes. Kiss the ones you love. And go after the life that you want. Cheers.
Hey, are you struggling to find time for the things you love? Feel like you're constantly on the go, but taking care of everyone else first? You are not alone, and you deserve so much more. Not only are you capable of taking on this challenge, you already have all the tools it takes to make it happen. That resourcefulness is all you need to get activated by your new daily mantra. Good morning, good life. It's my new book, and it launches on Amazon on December 10th. More details at goodmorninggoodlife.com. I don't remember where we are anymore. You own the day, no matter what. And so what you do when you wake up is really indicative of how you proceed through the rest of the day, in my opinion. You can really get moving on something that you're passionate about or excited about before you have to move into the rest of the day, which is a total variable.